sex will never hold a man, y'all. We women be saying it drive me crazy. Oh, when I'ma do this, and when I do this, it's the because I'm but it's like there's nothing that rare under the sun that these men haven't seen or experienced. Okay, so it's like you bragging on something that you think that's gonna lock him in. Now, if it's good, yeah, he might continue to come around your corner, but that is that gonna lock him down? Not a man of value, no. What's up, family? It's your girl Samantha Lee, and y'all, I'm here to add to this new playlist that I'm doing called I've Got Something to Say. And you guys have spoken, okay? I've read the comments, and there are posts that I have that I'm not reacting with my mouth. I'm not vocally saying anything. I am just facially reacting to the content that I'm posting. And I know y'all want to hear what I got to say about it. So I've decided to do this new initiative, and I've really enjoyed it. So here's another one of one of my most popular shorts, because I'm covering some of the most popular ones that have hit over 100,000 or over 500,000 or over 1 million. I am going to go ahead and cover and tell you guys, A, why I posted it, and B, my perspective on it, okay? Because sometimes, you guys, I'm not posting content that I like 100% agree with. I may be posting content just to create a dialogue and a conversation, because y'all, that's the whole point of being a game changer. That's the whole point of Game Changer Nation. Having uncomfortable conversations with the purpose of actually enacting change. We got to start the dialogue first, right? So anyway, guys, this one was called Beauty in Man's Eyes. I forgot the name. I actually gave it on YouTube. Again, on each platform, this one skyrocketed. It went very, very fast. And it was a man. I don't know what religion he is, y'all, because some of y'all were like, wow, he's this, he's that, they're this, they're that. Listen, y'all, I have learned that you can get wisdom from anything, okay? You can take the meat and spit out the bones. It doesn't necessarily mean that you got to go to that person for wisdom every time you need wisdom, but there are people that can be right sometimes. And I don't think that we should just completely discount what someone has to say because of the character or whatever. There may be certain things that they say that have some truth to it. And this is one of those things, because I don't know this person. I can't speak to their character or what they believe or what. Well, I'm going to let you guys decide. Okay. So before I get into the content, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That is free. Be a part of the fast-growing Game Changer Nation, okay? I'm going live twice a week, and I'm posting content almost daily, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Please hit that notification bell as well. That will help you to know when I do go live, or when I don't go live, or when I do an impromptu live, or when I post some content. You'll be the first to know, okay? So go ahead and take part in both. Otherwise than that, you guys, let's get into the meat of the message. Let's get into the word. Let's get into it. All right, you guys. I don't know how y'all deal with me. I don't. All right, let me go ahead and play this message. Here we go.
And a woman in a face. But when they open their mouth, it changed the way we look at you. It don't matter how pretty you are. We'll still look at you with a whole.
Yeah, y'all, here's my thing about, I'm going to start this over again. What is he saying? That as soon as a woman who is a beautiful woman, you could be pretty as all day long, but as soon as you open your mouth, that immediately changes how a man sees you. What is not factual about that? I mean, y'all, even as women, we can admit that there have been some fine specimens that from a distance, they are on point. But once you hear them speak, once you hear them try to formulate a sentence, You're like, ooh, yeah, no, I don't think this gonna work for me. He's saying the same thing. So again, factual facts. Let's go from the very beginning. Again, I
It's
apologize.
something with us men. We see beauty in a woman, in a face. But when they open their mouth, it changed the way we look at you. It don't matter how pretty you are.
Facts.
We'll still look at you with a whole different set of eyes.
Yeah.
And then you'll see another sister that may not appear in some cases to look as pretty as this sister, but she fine.
Okay, you guys, we talked about this. I posted a short not too long ago, you guys. Well, maybe it's been a while. It went viral on all platforms. I was saying that a woman told me one time, there was a guy that I was with, he was cheating on me, like somebody was paying him to do it. And I remember having this conversation with this woman because I was like, well, the women that he was cheating with, I didn't look at the time as being more attractive or more appealing than myself. And she said to me, it's really not about what you look like, it's about how you make that man feel. Okay. And that went viral. Okay. Men all over the world resonated with that message. And I think that this is falling in line with what that message was saying. He's basically saying, listen, there could be a less attractive woman that's talking right, and she is more appealing to me because what she's saying, how she's coming across. She may have certain qualities that make up for the fact that she may not be the baddest thing in the room, but she's a cute girl or a cute woman or a pretty woman. She may, whatever level she is on, but what she's saying and how she contributes and what she's talking about. Well, you won't know how she contributes in the beginning, but how she's carrying herself, her presentation, how she's communicating with other men, how she's communicating with you, how she communicates with other people. It may be more appealing how this woman carries herself and what her conversation is like versus the most attractive woman that you see. Okay. And so I think that sometimes because society is so hung up on physical appearance, we think that that's all that matters to men. And I think so there are some men that only care about that. I mean, that's all they care about is physical appearance. But again, he's probably only concerned about having a superficial relationship. He's not trying to go deep. He's not trying to have that, a deeper level connection with somebody. But someone who wants a real helpmate in their lives is going to be cognizant of so much more than just her physical appearance. With that's getting you in the door, but that's not keeping you there. So anyway, let's go.
Because when she opened her mouth and the way she conducts herself, she's not up in dudes' faces. That's the ones we're looking at.
So we talked about how she's talking. We talked about that, about how you make that man feel, right? It's a lot about what you're saying. A lot of women, we have to be careful about our mouths, right? We use our mouths for some destructive things. There's women that I know that are married that tear down their husbands. Their husband's biggest enemy, biggest hater, aware of every single flaw and throws it at them like a sword every time they mad. Okay? That is not, you're supposed to be the support system. And I know that, listen, I don't know everybody's dynamics in their relationships. One thing that I do know, tit-for-tat never works. So it's like, oh, well, I ain't gonna talk to him like that. Do you know what he did yesterday? No, that don't work. That don't keep marriages together. That don't keep relationships together. One of the first things that I learned in premarital therapy was making sure that I remain focused on the other person. That the pastor had told us that when we start putting ourselves at the center, which we're naturally egocentric and selfish, right? When we get married, we try to put the other person as the center. So my only focus is loving the person that I'm with as best as I can for as long as I can. Every single day, waking up with the goal of loving that person the best way, and vice versa. And if we're focused on loving each other as well as possible, then we won't have the other issues that come about. And what he said was, when you put yourselves back at the center, then you're focused on what that person's doing for you versus the energy you should be putting in to loving them well. And when we get into tit for tat, like I said, that never works. Well, you didn't do this, so I ain't gonna do that. So we gonna end up being broken. And a lot of people, that's what they do. They end up falling into this tit for tat trap instead of just focusing on being the best version of yourself every day, and then letting other things fall into place as they fall into place. And again, there's a lot of nuance, right? Not every situation is the same. I can't speak to every single person watching this, but I am saying that tit for tat destroys relationships. So that's not wise to get into that. But he's saying, okay, how a woman conducts herself, how she's presenting herself, what she's saying, what her conversation is like, is going to make her more attractive than even the woman who is more physically attractive. But because she has the right presentation, because the way she thinks, because of how she communicates, she can become more attractive than the other person. Okay. And then he says, and she's not up in dudes' faces. Now, this can mean a lot of things, right? We could say maybe a woman's thirsty. She's just trying to get attention. We say thirsty now, and thirsty, you guys, for those who don't know what that means, is like a woman just thirsting for attention from men. And that can look like a lot of different things in today's society. It can be with what's posted on social media. It could be how she conducts herself in public, how she conducts herself at parties. If you're in college, how she conducts herself on campus, how she conducts herself in high school. I don't know. It could be what this person is doing to attract attention to herself up in dudes' faces, or she may be like just really up in dudes' faces, just kind of throwing herself at different men, and you're able to see how she's moving in the world. So that can mean a lot of different things. But again, I think this rings true for most men. It's like, okay, I don't want what everybody can have. I want somebody that people want, but they not getting on that level, if you know what I mean. I think men like chase. I think, men have that internal drive to like, this mine. I want to, I want to conquer. I hate saying conquering, but again, they want the chase. They want to be able to say like, I got something that is rare. I got something that not everybody can get. I've gotten something that's valuable. And when it feels like it's not as valuable when everybody can get it or has had it.
Ones that's not up in dudes' faces trying to put on a show, those are the ones, the real men are like, that's the one you bag right there.
And he said the real men, which I'm not going to say what's real men. That could be very derogatory coming from women. I'm not going to say that. But he's basically saying men that are intentional, men that are wise. I'll say wise men will be discerning, will be paying attention, will not be so much into, oh, she bad. Look at all these dudes want her, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm going to get her just because of that. Like, it's like, no, a man that is trying to walk in wisdom, is being discerning of character. That's a man that got options. That's a man that's saying, yeah, you bad, but what else do you bring to the table? That's wisdom. Just like a woman. If you're dealing with a guy and there may be certain things that are positive about him, but you're not looking at other variables that will play a role in the future, that's not wisdom. I'm just settling down with a body or a person. I'm not being discerning of all aspects of things that are going to come up in the future. And a man that is out here that, it is harder to find what y'all are looking for as a complete package. There's a lot of single women, but the package that you may be looking for is rare. I hope it's rare because you want it to be valuable. When you find that person, that woman that makes your heart skip a beat, that's you want it to be rare. And so I want to encourage men to be more discerning as well. Practicing sexual discipline as well. Not everybody deserves you. They don't deserve access to you. Not everybody deserves that. And just because somebody looks a certain way doesn't mean, oh, well, you get access because you look good. That's no. Because just like a man wants something that is more valuable than rare, I think there's women that want that too. That not everybody can get this dude. Not everybody can have access to the guy that I'm seeing, or has had access to the guy that I'm seeing. That's not fun either, right? You want to have some exclusivity to you. Okay? So anyway.
Them other ones? Nah, you just good. You eye candy, whatever. That's it. Men will use you for a sperm receptacle. I'm telling you how men are. So don't try to win us with that, because I'm telling you that's not what's going to get.
It does. It boggles my mind how in today's society we still don't understand the difference between sexual attention and intention. Okay, yes, people may have a lot of likes on their photos because they, posting half naked or whatever the case may be. But is that intention or sexual attention? And we see people that are, you see in men thirst after certain women that are, putting themselves out there in a certain way to attracting that attention. Now, that's not to say that every woman that's getting that attention is putting themselves out there or putting themselves out there in that way for it. But there are women that do. And again, um, I think that we have to be mindful of what attention that actually is, because I think a lot of young women are looking at that like, oh, I want to be liked the way she's being liked. I want to be flown out the way that she's being flown out. I want to get money the way she's getting money. And I want to reiterate and say, not every dollar is worth making. That's number one. But number two, I would much rather somebody see me as valuable, an asset, somebody that's going to be a good long term partner versus somebody that seems really appealing to have fun with. I would rather be for the deeper, or seen as more of a deeper connection person and partner than someone that seems fun for a night. But would I rather be for a lifetime or for a night, for a season or for a lifetime? I want to be more substantial. I'm created to be more substantial. And I think that a lot of us, we're getting so caught up in the temporary that we don't understand that it's temporary. It's temporary. It's but for a moment, And I don't want to be but for a moment. I want to be for a lifetime. And so I think young women, if you're watching this, being very mindful of understanding the difference between sexual attention and intention. Yes, men will thirst after women and they want them in a sexual way and will pursue them heavily for that type of kind of like temporary thing. And we have to understand, y'all, even guys that end up being in relationships with women. I have talked to men that have been in long-term relationships with women that they find very attractive, or they know that other men look at them as being attractive, but have absolutely no intention to marry them. None at all. There's like no, it's like I don't see this person as a wife, but I'm gonna be with them for 7 to 10, 20 years. Like literally no intention. Like I've never and it surprises me how many men that the world sees as high value do that. They be with women forever that they never will say I do to. Okay, so we have to look at different variabilities instead of just kind of like what it looks like on the surface, because what it looks like on the surface is almost never is. Okay, so anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent, but y'all see what I'm saying. We have to be able to differentiate attention, and we have to decide what kind of person we want to be seen as, because how we are perceived and how people value us is important, and how rare you are. People, women be saying they rare, they're not rare. And I can, just judge by a certain, and I'm not judge. And I hate to say judge because that is not my job to judge, but I can discern whether or not another person would see you as being rare by how you carry yourself or how you are perceived. Okay. I know what it might really be, but if it's perception, someone's perception is everything. So anyway, let's continue.
Yes. You might get us, but you won't hold us. You will not hold us like that.
And that's the reality, y'all. A lot of us think, and I'm gonna replay that last part because I kind of got lost in another tangent. Sex will never hold a man, y'all. We women be saying it drive me crazy. Oh, when I'm gonna do this, and when I do this, it's the because I'm but it's like there's nothing that rare under the sun that these men haven't seen or experienced. Okay, so it's like you bragging on something that you think that's gonna lock him in. Now, if it's good, yeah, he might continue to come around your corner, but that is that gonna lock him down? Not a man of value, no. Not a man with options. No, just because you slept with him and it was a good experience, he might decide to sleep with you again, but that ain't gonna lock him down to you. Not if he has options. That's no. that's not an effective way to keep any man in your life in a significant, meaningful way. To lead with that, with the hopes that that is going to entrap him and ensnare him and in your sexual prowess is absolutely not wise. It does not work. You will end up getting caught up. You will end up wanting him. He being able to kind of detach a little bit better than you in that situation, just because of how we're created, pure biology. We can argue it all you want to, but it's biology. He'll be able to detach and move along his little merry way. Okay? So again, leading with sexuality, leading with money when men, you have to be prepared for someone abusing that. You have to be prepared for somebody getting with you for those reasons. And you cannot be mad at somebody because that is what they see, or that is how they see you, if that is how you are presenting yourself. If you're leading with your sexuality, women, if you're leading with your money, men, if you're leading with your, of course you can't help your attractiveness, but really sexuality is where I want to leave it at. When you're leading with those superficial type of characteristics, you have to be prepared to attract superficial people. Okay? And y'all, I on my platform, I'm very open about my spirituality. I'm very open about being a mother and other things that I feel like are very meaningful. And I will tell you, I may attract the same person, but they're going to come at me a completely different way. Why? Because of the way I present myself. And again, I haven't found the man I'm going to be with for the rest of my life yet. But I know that God is going to attract a man in a certain way because of how I'm trying to be faithful to my God and my creator with what I'm building online and on my platforms. Now, I'm gonna just trust God with it. But at the end of the day, we have to be mindful of how we present ourselves, and we, as a society, we put so much emphasis for women on our physical, and that's because society focuses on our physical. But the reality is, certain men that, especially men that have options, especially men that have that want something more significant, that are intentional, they're going to care about what your thoughts are like, how you speak, how you treat other people. They want to know your character. They want to know if you're going to be somebody that's going to be a good partner for them. That's a discerning man, and that's a wise man. Just like the reverse is true. There's certain characteristics as women you need to be mindful of, that you can't be caught up in the money, in the flashy stuff, that you're not seeing and discerning character. That's important. Okay? Anyway, you guys, thank you for joining me for I've Got Something to Say. I got 3 last words for you. I hope you're paying attention. Trust God, right? Chase purpose, love people. I want to leave those things with you because I think it's some of the most important things that I've had to really focus on in my journey onward and upward. I love you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, I'm talking to you. All right. Yeah. See ya. Bye. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family. Okay, join my family today.